Since Russia intelligence exposed American secrets to assassinate the Niger military government, now America is a bit wary. They are very wary. Now they're trying to relocate their military base in Niger. Then you ask yourself, who approved that? Who gave them the permission to relocate? I know in a country you can't just make such a decision without the country approving you. Africa cannot go to America and relocate their base without the American parliament approving that. But America, on their own, do whatever they wish in another man's country, and an independent nation, Soviet. You see, when we talk about the enslavement of Africa and the way the Western takes Africa, people thought we were joking. Everything happened on their own authority, not seeking permission to do that. You see, when you look at the France ambassador or embassy and the places their military occupy, it's like states. This has not been paid for. They are not passed in Niger parliament. They went there and, allocate themselves whatever they want. This is something that Africa cannot do in any Western world or in America. They made their decision in White House. They came and said, okay, we're relocating without seeking Niger permission to locate. They don't know if somebody owns the farm, owns the property. All they know is just to relocate. It doesn't concern them. If you're there, they will take you off. Now, France is doing the same thing. But we know the most thing is that America and France are in trouble. The Western nations are in trouble. They are seeking for a place to extract their mineral resources. And since the Iran have gone to the wrong hand, now it will be a big problem for them. So they cannot acquire the Iran as much as possible from Russia like they used to, and they cannot acquire from North Korea. And Australia say Iran too. Iran is expensive. It's not also reactive like Niger. Niger have a very high reactant in Iran, which is very good for in terms of chemical weapons and other things to make, to make any weapon that can react, instantly off distance. So the Western world idea was for France to extract as much as possible. Then France will sell it at the mercy of Nigerians. Now, America is trying to, intimidate Niger and force them into submission. But other Africans are saying, like Burkina Faso, like Mali and Guinea. Can these people subtend Niger? The answer is probably no, because Nigerians are still standing up. France have structured their military in a way that they are powerless. They cannot function properly as a military. In fact, they need to be retrained. Likewise, what they did in Burkina Faso. You can see now Burkina Faso have actually asked Russia to help them to retrain their military, which the Russians are happily doing. And Burkina Faso is not stopping there. In fact, the Burkina Faso president, Ibrahim Traoré, was, quoted saying that he wants to acquire nuclear weapon. Now, you know what is it? For you to acquire nuclear weapon, America will be there to you. So America wants to use Nigeria as a strategy to bring in Ibrahim Traoré, because they cannot get in Ibrahim Traoré so easy, like they are operating in Nigeria, because Nigeria have close border with Nigeria and Cameroon. These two people are big betrayers, and they are puppets of Western world. Nigeria will never say no to Western world, because Nigeria is built, or Nigeria is structured to be a Western puppet. Nigeria still remains UK company. Nigeria is not a nation. It's just put there as UK Express, that amalgamation for UK benefit, for their economic benefit. That's all that Nigeria is. And it's a shame for every Nigerian to hear this. But as long as you remain Nigeria, you are indirectly a UK slave. And it's not really unfair. Not too many Nigerians wants to go away from this, enslavement because of selfish interest. So I feel for Niger, and I wonder what will be the fate of Niger people. America careless about the citizen. They care about the mineral resources and to keep those people into impoverished. And they want them to stay there in order not to mess up when they are extracting their mineral resources. So you know what? Africans need to rise up. The way of colonialism is very bad. It's very toxic. It's not helping. Even the area that they're extracting this in Niger, there's no development, nothing for them. All they get at the end of the day is a tap, just a money to eat food. Niger can go beyond that. Niger Iran is one of the best in the world, but they are suffering. And the military leader has a good vision from Niger. And that vision is what Americans don't want to see in Africa. They rather kill him and rather puts Africa into dissolution. The next thing, if they can't kill him directly, the next thing is to arm the rebels. That's what they will do in order to fight the government. And as our Africans, that it's time for us to rise up and begin to talk about this nation like Cameroon, like Nigeria, a nation that you see their main goals is to fight for the interests of the Western world. Nigeria is amalgamated by the Britain for economic reason. Why Cameroon? The same thing. Cameroon cannot mess up, because when they mess up, the Amazonia is coming up. When they mess up, the Peninsula will go. So all this is just to trap them there. What Niger becomes at what people's mercy. Can Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea obtain Niger? It's very hard, because these are not power. They are not world power. In fact, Burkina Faso is currently trying to acquire power, acquire nuclear weapon, and allow their soldiers to be trained by well-trained militaries like Russia. France always try to put limitation on these guys so that they will not rebel. But now they have kind of opened their eyes. They are trying to seek more advanced weapon, more advanced way of fighting terrorism, more advanced way of fighting their enemy. And it will be hard for them to do that now that they are about to rise. So people like Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso, they need external help. And that help is something that new generation Africans can do for them. So if you are listening to me now, don't be a spy to all these nations. Don't be a spy against your brothers. If they send you to do that, please stay away. A lot of our brothers have done that. They do it to kill Kwame Nkrumah. They do it to kill Thomas. They do it to kill Mama Gaddafi. A lot of them, even against India, actually. So we should all be careful. Please don't be a victim. Don't make yourself a victim of, betrayal. Try to stay away from this. Stand up for Africa. Africa need to rise, and we need Africa to rise. We need to see Africa, need to challenge like the Western world we are. We see what, the Western world can produce. The Western world can advance. Even many of our brothers and sisters are actually going through the sea in order to, get to Western world because of their government, because of the way the environment is built, because of the protection they get from their government. Why can't African nation be this? And you can play part on this by also sharing and stopping America to do this to Africa, mostly Niger people. They care less about the Niger people. Niger people are dying, and Niger people are starving. These people, they don't care that these people are, they have a lot to eat, but because of ignorance, because of greediness, because of all cares for power, they refuse to feed them. My brothers and sisters, if you're watching me, wherever you're watching and you're listening to me, please can you just like my video and like my page, even share, you continue to share it, and so that when everything pump up, you can listen to me and see what is going on. Stay safe and all the best.